For more on what's driving German growth, David has headed up to Raden. Where exactly is Raden?
Francine, it's in North Rhine-Westphalia. It's actually a rural town surrounded by cornfields, but there's a company here called Kolbus, and it's been here for more than 200 years. For more than 100 years, it's been making machinery to make bookbinding machinery, and it's exporting that machinery all around the world. And I have the Chief Executive Officer, Buentemeyer, with me right now just to talk about that. We've just had some blistering economic numbers for Germany. Much better than expected. One of the main drivers is exports. Your company is forecasting an increase in turnover of about 15% for this year. Yes. What's going to be the main driver of that?
Well, certainly emerging markets in this particular cycle. Emerging markets like Brazil, China, those are the, I would say, the superstars. Some remarkable sales to South Africa also. And if you look a bit closer to home, we've had a very, very good market here for the past 2-3 years, which is our eastern neighbor, Poland, where we're having very good sales.
And I also noticed that in the GDP numbers that have just come out, one of the big drivers was investment spending by companies, I suppose, like yourself. Are you also planning to do some investment spending, or have you been doing it?
We had a major investment cycle from 2005 to 2008, and we're planning to start another cycle next year. It's very important to keep investing and keep the facility in good shape and very modern.
This facility here in Raden, of course, you'd be expanding the facility or bringing in new machinery?
Bringing in new machinery in the next cycle.
I mean, one of the things that I'm wondering about is just the impact of the high euro. The euro's increased quite a bit since last year. How much is that impinging on your business?
Well, I'm not unduly worried. It's a stronger euro will reduce our profitability a slight little bit. But I don't think it's anything to worry about. The danger zone is way north of $1.50 to the euro, and we've only scratched that so far.
One of the other areas that I'm wondering about also is that we've seen some concerns about inflation here in Germany. We just saw an acceleration. The European Central Bank is slowly beginning to raise interest rates. Is that going to be an issue for you?
I don't think so, no. Central bank rates are really quite immaterial to the borrowing that our customers do, so we're not worried about that, no.
One of the other areas that I'm wondering about is your relations with the Labour here. I've heard that in the last downturn you didn't actually have to sack any Labour. Do you also envisage that you'll be doing any hiring coming up in the next few years?
Yes, we've started. Yes, we've started. We'll have a gradual build-up. We had a more steep build-up in years like 2005, 2006. This time I see a gradual build-up that will last for 4 or 5 years. We are hiring.
And just finally, one of the areas that some businesses are having difficulty is access to credit. Do you think that the German banks are rationing credit, or do you find that it's easy enough to be able to get that access?
Well, I don't think credit is being rationed. It's becoming fashionable again to have skin in the game when you want to borrow money. Some people complain about that. I think it's a good concept.
Okay, I just want to turn back to the whole to the exports and the export markets. China, you mentioned, is your #1 market. When did China become the biggest market for you?
About 4 years ago. It's been in the top 3 since 1999, by the way, and it made the top about 3 years ago.
And you have a sales force which is, I believe, in 40 countries around the world. Yes. Which is the market that you're actually focusing on most? Is it China, or are you looking at Eastern Europe? Are you looking at Latin America?
Well, I think the major growth market will still be China, but South America is following now, and we should not forget traditional markets. We are ready to start work again when North America reawakens, and it will.